Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a full review on Apex Minecraft hosting. We will be covering the most important features for any Minecraft host to have, such as the ease of use, the features, the customer service, and we will also be comparing the pricing to some of the other Minecraft server hosting providers. I will leave a link to all of the Minecraft hosting providers that we talk about in the description. Of course, there are affiliate links, and if you purchase your hosting through one of those links, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Overall, these commissions just keep the lights on here at the channel and allow me to create more content like this. However, if this is something you are against, then you can just go straight to any of these hosting providers right here and sign up straight through the website. Now, the first thing that we need to talk about, and this is a huge factor when it comes to Minecraft hosting, is going to be the pricing of the service. Now, Apex is not the most expensive hosting provider out there, but it's also certainly not the cheapest. If we go into get started right here and we take a look at the pricing, we can see, let's just choose this right here, 6 GB of RAM. This is a relatively average server size. This is like an average package to get. We can see the first month is going to be almost $17. And then the recurring price every month after is going to be $23. So let's keep that number in mind, $23. If we compare this to Shockbyte, let's go down to 6 GB right here. This is $24. So not much different there. Apex is slightly cheaper. With Nodecraft, this is very expensive at $30 per month. ScalaCube is going to be cheaper at $18 per month right here. So what is that difference right there? That's about a $5 difference, $5 less by going with ScalaCube. And then we have something like Pebblehost. Now, Pebblehost, if we go to budget Minecraft hosting, this is so cheap. This is very, very cheap. And this is a fantastic option rather than going with Apex, which is a little bit more expensive. If budget is your primary concern, you might want to go with Pebblehost. Now, I would only recommend this for people who are on a really tight budget because the performance isn't the best. And we will talk about hardware and going into CPU, things like that later in the video. But if we look at this, let's go to Pebblehost. 6 GB is $6 a month. When we compare this to Apex over here at $17 per month, there is a massive saving that you can get by going with something like Pebblehost. So just to recap, when we compare Apex against most other hosting providers, it's around about average in terms of price. However, we do have some budget hosting providers out there like Pebblehost that are a lot cheaper. However, when we talk about the hardware and the server performance, this is where things really change because Apex has the best server performance of any Minecraft hosting provider. Now, if you are not really interested in the server hardware and the actual technical aspect of this, what I did to just create a TLDR before we actually go into the technical aspect is I just went to ChatGPT and asked what are the best Minecraft server hosts. It gave us a few here, but these are not really numbered or structured. So I then went down and said, which are the two best in order? And remember, this is in terms of performance. And it gives Apex hosting at number 1 and Shockbyte at number 2. We can also ask, how did you come up with this as well? And as we can see, Apex hosting consistently ranks across user reviews and expert lists for its uptime, reliability, and ease of use. Its reputation for handling both vanilla and modded servers efficiently makes it a preferred choice by many players. So that's just a quick overview into why Apex is the best in terms of performance. But if we now go in and we compare the server hardware of Apex to a cheaper hosting provider like Pebblehost, we can see, and I'm not going to go through for each of these individual hardware products like the RAM, SSD, we can just get a good overview of all of these specs by taking a look at the CPU. So in terms of Pebblehost right here, we are going to be using an Intel Xeon E5 and an Intel i7. Now, I looked both of these up, and this is what we get. I'm once again not going to go into all of the specific details. We're just going to look right here. So the CPUs that Pebblehost use rank 1,421st out of almost 5,000 CPUs, and this second one is 1,185th. Now, if we take a look over here at Apex hosting, there's a few different ones depending on the server that you go for, like we have Ryzen 9, Ryzen 7, 2X Xeon Gold. And I looked all of these up once again. And as you can see, 124th fastest. This is the Intel Xeon Gold. The AMD Ryzen 7 ranks 370th. And then the Ryzen 9 is going to rank 69. So you can see right there, just from a super quick comparison of the CPUs, why Apex is much better in terms of performance as opposed to a budget provider like Pebblehost. So it's definitely possible to host your Minecraft server on a budget provider like this. It's just you might run into a little bit of lag, your CPU speed is not going to be as good, and you might not get as efficient gameplay as if you spend a little bit more money and go with a premium provider like Apex. Now, another very cool thing that Apex does that not a lot of other server hosts do is it has live chat support. So if I just go ahead and scoot myself along right here so that you can see, watch how fast it takes me to get into a live chat with somebody. I can go in here, chat now, choose a department, let's say Minecraft support, start the chat. And right now, this is not somebody, this is AI, right? So I can just say, I can't set up my server. Still AI. And now I've been transferred to a live chat agent. I feel bad for wasting this guy's time, so I actually do need to back out. Let's give this guy a positive review and say yes. Okay, perfect. Shockbyte doesn't have this. Like, although Shockbyte have a button, we can go through and start a new chat. And essentially, they are just going to push me to read articles or create a support ticket. So no live support on this. Pebblehost technically have live chat support. It's not very good. Like, if I Google this, you can see with average response time in under 30 minutes via our Discord. So, as I say, it's really not the best. You could go into live chat right here, but you're probably going to be waiting at least 30 minutes to hear anything back. Now, in terms of ease of use, when we are taking a look at Apex, it's definitely one of the easiest. I would probably say on a level with Shockbyte. The reason is, as you can see here, get started in less than 5 minutes. The entire way that this has been structured in order to get your server set up is very easy. First of all, because if you struggle at all, well, you can just reach out to live chat support, which is not very common with Minecraft hosting providers. And secondly, they have so many user guides. If I could remember how to access them, that would be, okay, perfect, here. We can go view guides. And then we have all of these guides that are going to show you how to add these different plugins, how to add different mods, how to set up your server provider. And they have all of these guides right here. None of the other server providers really do this. And the fact that you can literally purchase your hosting, get this set up in 5 minutes, including any mod packs that you have, anything else that you would like to add, this is a huge pro for Apex in my opinion. Looking at the reviews over here on Trustpilot, they have 4.5 stars, so we can scroll down and we can read the reviews right here. I'm not going to go into detail with these reviews. They basically all talk about the customer support, because I guess that's when you would review something. But as you can see, very reliable server, old customer of Apex hosting. Their service is excellent. I had a great experience with Apex. You get the idea, right? Now, in terms of the features that Apex have, I would not say there is anything in here that is especially really good or especially really bad. This is just all basic. These are things that you would expect with a Minecraft server host. Things like being able to easily install mod packs, having DDoS protection. This is very important. No matter which server provider that you go with, make sure it has this. And that's essentially going to keep your server online and stop malicious DDoS attacks. And then we have like support, automated backups, ultra low latency. Very, very cool. The final thing that we are going to touch on is the server locations that Apex offer. So we can see these are all of the server locations right here. And the idea is you want to get the server location that is closest to the main location where people will be playing. So as an example, I'm here in the UK, but if my Minecraft server had a majority US audience, I would want to host my server in the US. So what I would recommend to do, we can test the ping right here, and we can see the ping for all of these servers. As you can see for me, like London, of course, is going to be the best, Amsterdam. So this is why you want it closer to where the main audience is. So these are all of the locations on Apex. If we compare this to something like Shockbyte, let's go in and just add this to cart. And then we can see the locations right here. As you can see, there's really not that many. We have Europe that we can choose. We have India, we have Asia and Australia. With Scala Cube, we can go in. We have 2 in the US, 1 in the UK, Canada, and a few different ones right here. And then with Pebblehost, if we add this to the cart, we can go down and we can only choose between North America and Europe. So this is another very strong point in my opinion for Apex. They have a lot of different server locations that you can choose from. And what I would do to really take this to the next level is we can look up the Apex hosting specs. And as I am hosting in this example, my server in the US, we can go down and take a look which of these server locations has the best specs, and then I can host my server there. So I would be looking at this, and this Ryzen 9 right here in Virginia, this is probably where I would host my server. So overall, to answer the question of if you should choose Apex hosting, it really depends on the budget that you have. If the server performance is the most important and you are willing to spend a little bit more to get the best server performance out there, then definitely go with Apex. On the other hand, if you are on an extremely tight budget and the budget is your main concern rather than performance, then you might want to go with a budget provider like Pebblehost. Now, if you found this video valuable, all I ask is that when you sign up to any of these hosting providers, you use the affiliate links in the description, and that way I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Either way, that was my Apex hosting review.